ඒ දවස්වල මං යාල් දේවියට ගොඩ වෙන්නේ හරි සන්තෝෂෙන්. මං යන්නේ අපේ ඉස්පිරිතාලේ හිටිය ලොකු දොස්තර රාජරත්නම් මහත්තයලයි ගෙදර. එහෙ ගියාම අඩුම ගානේ දොස්තර මහත්තයාගේ යාළුවෝ 7-8 දෙනෙක්වත් එනවා හැන්දෑවට. ඊට පස්සේ සේරම හැන්දෑවට යනවා යාපනයේ කොටුවට. හොඳටම රෑ වෙනකන් සින්දු කියලා විනෝද වෙලා හොඳට පදන් වෙලා එන ගමන් හොඳ සයිවර් කඩයක් අල්ලලා උණු වඩේ කනවා. කොහොම හරි සතියක් විතර ඉඳලා යාල් දේවියට ගොඩ වුණාට මොකද හැමෝගෙම මුහුණු වල තියෙන පුදුම දුකක්. තනියම එනකොට දුක වැඩි හින්දා මං කවුරු හරි එක්ක කතාවට වැටෙනවා. දන්නේම නැතුව කොළඹට එනකොට එයත් යාළු වෙලා. ඒ වගේ ඔය යාල් දේවියේදී යාළුණු කෙනෙක් තමයි ටවුමේ සයිවර් කඩේ සුබ්‍රමණියම් මුදලාලි. සුබ්‍රමණියම් මුදලාලි එහෙ ඉඳන් එනකොට ඒ කෝච්චි පෙට්ටියම තල් හකුරු සුවඳයි. මම කලේ එයාට ඔය කඩේ ගන්න කතා කරලා දුන්න එක විතරයි. ඒත් ඔය මිනිස්සයා මැරෙනකන් මට සැලකුවේ சகோதரேக்குට வகை.
ஒவ்வொரு ஞாயிறு மாலையும் நான் அம்மாவிடம் விடை பெற்று யாழ் தேவியில் வந்து அமர்வேன். அந்த 3வது பெட்டி ஜன்னல் ஓர ஆசனம் எனக்காகவே காத்திருப்பது போல் தோன்றும். யாழ்ப்பாணம் பிரதான வீதியில் பேக்கரி வைத்திருந்த சில்வாய்யாவின் மகளும் எனக்கு அறிமுகமானது இந்த யாழ் தேவியில்தான். நன்றாக தமிழ் பேச தெரிந்திருந்த அனோமாவிடம் சிங்களம் பேசிதான் நான் சிங்களம் கற்றேன். பனை, தென்னை, வயல்வெளிகள் என பல மாறுபட்ட பகுதிகளை கடந்து வரும்பொழுது எமது நாட்டின் சரித்திர புகழ் பெற்று விளங்கும் அனுராதபுரத்தில் விசாலமாக கட்டியெழுப்பப்பட்டிருக்கும் அந்த புத்த விகாரை என்னை விவரிக்க முடியாத வியப்பில் ஆழ்த்தும். என் நாட்டின் எழில்மிக்க பகுதிகள்தான் எத்தனை எத்தனை. சில்வாய்யாவின் மகள்தான் நான் தங்கியிருந்த போர்டிங் ஹவுஸை ஏற்பாடு செய்து தந்தார். ஜெயவிக்ரம அங்கிளும் ஆன்ட்டியும் என்னை மகள் போலவே பார்த்து கொண்டார்கள். அங்கிருந்துதான் நான் கொழும்பு பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் கல்வி கற்றேன்.
Conceptualized in the 1890s during the time of the then ruling British, the Northern Railway Line of Sri Lanka was the artery that connected the north with the rest of the country. The railway line, 158 kilometers in length, was built from two sides, Kankasanthore and Vavuniya. On 1st August 1905, the Northern Railway Line was completed with the tracks joining together at Palle. From about 50 years thereafter to date, the Northern Railway Line has become synonymous with the legendary Yal Devi train that travelled between Colombo and Jaffna, which was launched on 23rd April 1956. Yal Devi, the Princess of Jaffna. Complete with 16 stations and 12 substations in between, the Yal Devi track formed the backbone for national unity and integration. Having as many as 2 night mail trains, 4 express trains, 6 goods trains, a special weekend train, an intercity and many local metro trains, the railway line became a channel and a proponent for trade, business, education, friendship, communication and trust. The northern parts of Sri Lanka, spearheaded by Jaffna, became a bustling mecca of geographic, social, cultural and economic diversity. Together with the southern city of Colombo and the hill capital Kandy, Jaffna became an integral part of the development of Sri Lanka, which was seen to be miles ahead of countries such as Singapore up until 30 years ago. On 19th January 1985, terror struck the Yal Devi train, killing and wounding many and destroying the track that bound the north to the rest of the country. The subsequent escalating war-torn conditions saw the last Yal Devi train travel to Jaffna on 13th of June 1990, with no way to return to Colombo. The deteriorating conditions saw an end to road transport as well. The integration and interdependence of the north and south was no more. The bond and interaction was broken. The artery was severed. Almost 30 years later, generations have grown up in isolation with no understanding and no trust. The track that once was is no more. covered in ashes and sand, it goes nowhere. The stations which were monuments of prosperity and development are now stark reminders of terror and sadness. Today, the plague of terror is at its darkest hour, and with it comes the glimpse of hope to restore things to the way they used to be and more. Uthuru Mithuru, Tekkin Tolan, rebuilding the Yal Devi Friendship Track, is a project initiated by the government of Sri Lanka to rebuild this vital Yal Devi railway track, and with it to once again forge the bond that has been severed between the north and the south. The project aims to build a modern railway line that will provide fast, reliable connections for both passenger and goods transport from Vavanir to KKS. The railway line, extending 158 kilometers, including 85 bridges, 58 culverts, 16 stations and 12 substations, is to be reconstructed. Some of the main stations such as Vavanir, Jaffna, Kilinochchi and Mankulam will no doubt develop into small townships, complete with bus depots, goods handling stores, markets, shops and other institutions. Other infrastructure such as roads and communication development will also be catalyzed by this project. Further anticipated developments such as the Palali Airport, Jaffna Harbour and tourism will no doubt give momentum to the development of these areas, leading to socio-economic and cultural reintegration and lasting peace. Let's give those who spent the last 30 years as strangers the opportunity to live together, to work together, grow together and experience the beautiful harmony in which the North and South came together. And let us give those who spent the last 30 years in regret and sadness an opportunity to relive their lives once again.